अरेस्ट होने चाहिए और इनके खिलाफ कड़ी से कड़ी कार्यवाही होनी चाहिए।
Hello and welcome to Law Street Journal. We're talking about the boys' locker room incident wherein group chats of the teenage boys aged between 15 and 18 were flouted on the internet, bringing to the fore a stinging reality of our society. The outrage, as known to many, was started after a teenage girl named as Anuva shared the screenshots of an all-boys group chat on Twitter wherein underage teens had shared pictures of minor girls, body-shamed them and as well used fleet of derogatory words against them. Further, in plotting revenge, they also shared nude pictures of the girls who made the incident public after sharing the shameful screenshots on the night of May 3rd. Soon, a social media outrage ensued, with many coming forward in support of the girl Anuva.
Then there are also people saying, "Rape kiya to nahi na? Unhone rape kiya? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you wanted us to come and watch." So what you're saying is you wanted us to wait until it had already happened and then for us to join you and say, "Tali ek haath se nahi bajti." जब रेप हो जाता है, when the rape is already done, we say rape कैसे हो गया? ऐसे हो गया.
This led to the culprits deactivating their accounts and taking solace behind their virtual identities, but not for long. After the incident came further to light, an official police complaint was filed against some of the boys, and an action is currently being initiated against a few of the boys. The day after the shocking incident made the headline, a group of girls was also exposed wherein derogatory comments were flouted and profiles of boys were shared without their consent. Ironically, the girl who originally started the outrage on Twitter was also exposed with screenshots of a group chat that she was part of. The chats were leaked, bringing to fore acts of body shaming and racializing that she herself indulged in. While everyone's now talking about the sad plight of these happenings, little is known about the legal implications of such acts. However, let us take a moment to discuss it. As none of the girls came forward to file an official complaint against the boys who were a part of the notorious WhatsApp group and Instagram group, the police initiated suo motu action against them by registering a case under the provision of cognizable offences.
कुछ लड़कों ने एक ग्रुप बनाया है जिसका नाम है बॉयज लॉकर ग्रुप। इस ग्रुप में वो छोटी लड़कियों की फोटो सर्कुलेट कर रहे हैं, उनके ऊपर अभद्र टिप्पणी कर रहे हैं और यहां तक कि इस ग्रुप में वो मिलकर ये भी प्लान कर रहे हैं कि कैसे छोटी बच्चियों का रेप किया जाए। ये बहुत ही डराने और चौंका देने वाला है। दिल्ली महिला आयोग ने इंस्टाग्राम और दिल्ली पुलिस दोनों को नोटिस इशू किया है क्योंकि हम ये चाहते हैं कि ये लड़के तुरंत अरेस्ट होने चाहिए और इनके खिलाफ कड़ी से कड़ी कार्यवाही होनी चाहिए।
In line with the FIRs filed, the boys who have been identified in the matter have been booked under Section 72 of the Information and Technology Act 2000 and the Indian Penal Code that spells out a penalty for breach of confidentiality and privacy. Besides this, they have also been held responsible under the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act 2012, that is also known as POCSO Act, for sharing images of underage girls. It is also pertinent to note that anyone who violates the privacy of people and explicitly captures, publishes, and transmits the images of a private area of any person without his or her consent can be booked under Section 66E of the IT Act 2000. When Law Street Journal tried contacting the Cybercrime branch of Delhi, we got in contact with Aditya Gautam from Delhi Cybercrime branch. He said that he would not reveal anything about that matter as the matter and the case itself is very sensitive.
Ma'am, I would definitely like to answer your question. But ma'am, actually, आपको पता है, the case is very, very sensitive.
Exactly, sir.
So I think it will be better if you talk to DCP, sir.
Further, such acts are also punishable under Section 67A, which prohibits the publication and distribution of obscene and sexually explicit material, as well as under Section 354C of the Indian Penal Code on voyeurism, which reads, "Whoever captures and shares images of a woman in a private space, of the private parts of the women, indulging or including a woman using the toilet or undressed or in underwear, or engaged in any sexual act may be booked with imprisonment exceeding to 3 years or fine or both." Additionally, whoever by any means intend to or insults the modesty of a woman by means of using utter words, making sound or gestures, exhibiting any objects, involves in the privacy of women is punishable with imprisonment lasting up to 1 year or fine or both under Section 509 of the Indian Penal Code. While the boys' locker room incident is downright appalling, Stories of similar girls' group chat which have come to light are equally horrific. In the eye of law, every citizen must be treated equally irrespective of their gender, caste, creed, religious belief, as also rightly stated by Article 14 of the Indian Constitution, which calls for equality before law. Therefore, considering our legal provisions, the acts of the girls who have come to fore are also equally punishable and should be taken into cognizance. While researching the case, we at Law Street Journal found out that several people commit suicide because of social media bullying and being a victim of social media outrage. A study also showed that mainly teenagers commit suicide due to such factors, with another report stating that there has been a spike of 56% in the teen suicide cases between 2007 and 2017. Apart from this, people may also be charged under Section 309 of the Indian Penal Code. While it is worth considering that in such cases which criminalizes suicide as well as its abetment, whoever commits suicide or provokes one to do so can be booked under the said provision with imprisonment for 1 year. Section 309, however, is restricted by Section 115 of Mental Health Act 2017, which was enacted in 2018. The provision put together states that whoever attempts suicide may be legally booked under the Act unless proved to have any mental illness. In such a case, the person may not be punished under the said Act. Circling back on the matter, a teenager was recently reported to have committed suicide in Gurugram by jumping off his balcony located on the 11th floor on the suspicion of his link with the boys' locker room chat. 3 practicing lawyers in the Supreme Court have also filed a case asking for an investigation in the matter. They also submitted a 5-page letter describing the incident and called out the following sections of the Indian Penal Code as applicable. Section 506 of the Indian Penal Code that states whoever causes a threat of death or grievous hurt to any person leading them to commit suicide may be charged under this section with imprisonment or fine or both. Section 507 IPC states that whoever anonymously commits the offense of criminal intimidation and hides the same of the person from whom the threat comes may be punishable under this Act. Section 465 Indian Penal Code states that whoever commits forgery is punishable under this section with imprisonment and fine or both. Section 471 of IPC states that whoever forges a document in any electronic form dishonestly is punishable with imprisonment or fine or both. But the question here is to be asked is that many people wrath on social media concerning the boys' locker room incident, while some even busted similar group chats on online forums. However, few came forward to file a complaint against the identified culprits. How many of us rightly took a stand or thought of raising our voice in a matter that truly counts? Well, we'll leave you with that question for now. This is all we have for you today. Kindly like and share our video as much, and do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram for more legal updates as well.